A lot of people give up on things that they are interested in, things that they like, things that they want to do, because they're afraid of getting embarrassed. They're afraid of what people will say. They're afraid of how they're going to look. They're afraid of how people are going to feel. But if you decide to look at embarrassment from somebody else's point of view, you will find out that sometimes embarrassment can be used for your own benefit. Hear me out. So if you are someone and you like something and you feel too ashamed to put yourself there, maybe you want to start a TikTok channel, a YouTube channel, you want to start doing something that has to put you out there, and then you start to feel, oh, what am I going to look like? What are people going to say? My camera quality, well, what are they going to say? When you see someone who's starting from the same level as you will be envious, because you will respect them for not seeing the things you saw as excuses, not taking those excuses, not using it to create an obstacle as to why they're not doing what they want to do, what they feel like doing. So you want to think of it that way. If nothing motivates you, this should. Embarrassment. When people see you doing things that are supposed to be embarrassing, and you're consistent with it, and you're just going, you're unafraid, unbothered, they will respect you. You will be respected. It just goes hand in hand. Okay? But you trying to stay away from embarrassment, it's just going to be embarrassing, because tomorrow if they ask you, if someone asks you why you didn't do what you said you were gonna do, why didn't you start that TikTok channel, you're gonna say, I didn't want people to talk about, my camera wasn't good. They're not gonna respect you. That's even more embarrassing than actually getting up and do it despite the level you're starting from. You might be starting from the ground root. It doesn't matter. The more unafraid you are, the more respect you're gonna get. So if nothing else motivates you, I hope this will. Okay? This is Brownie's Points. This is Brownie Diary. So we're all growing together. When I made my first video yesterday, I did not know what I wanted to talk about. So, it just kind of came to me. I saw an opportunity. And I took it. I took it and I was so excited. I went and I told my friends and people who love me, and look what I'm doing right now. And I'm gonna be consistent with it because I have told them. And now if I stop, I will be embarrassed. What will I say? Oh, one time I posted it. And what happened to it? That's even more embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Like, don't ever say that. Don't ever. If someone asks you why you didn't do something, just say, oh, I changed my mind. Don't ever admit that you oh my gosh, I didn't have this, I didn't have that, I didn't have that. That is embarrassing. That is what is embarrassing. Not the fact that you don't have what others have and you go ahead and do it. That will make people respect you. It will. You should do more of that. I saw an acquaintance I used to have in university, and she opened like a TikTok page. She opened a TikTok page, and I immediately wanted to be a hater. I like her, she's cute, but she was making videos, and I know her in real life, so I was like, what is she doing? And then step back, I was like, yo, whoa, hold up. I was being a hater because I wanted to be like her. I wanted to be in her shoes. I wanted to have that guts to stand in front of everybody and not care what it is I have or don't have, not care about anything. Just do what I want to do. Just vibe. Just go with the vibe. I wanted to be like her. So I was hating her internally. I was projecting on her. Even though I didn't say it in front of her, I said it to myself. We all have things that we say to ourselves that we can't say to other people out loud. So me saying this does not mean that I'm a bad person or a bad friend. It's just how sometimes we do it to our friends. When we don't have something that they have, we end up trying to say something about it. It might not mean that we want something bad to happen to them, but we feel like, why her? Why not me? Sometimes it's like that. It's normal. It's a normal feeling. But she's not embarrassed to stand in front of the camera. So who am I to compare myself to her? She took the step. I did not. And anybody else who sees her video and tries to shame her for taking that step is just speaking from the inside. The call is coming from inside the house. So whenever you want to feel embarrassed, or when somebody says something to you about you should be embarrassed about what you're doing, just understand that the call is coming from inside the house. They respect you so much that they want to hate you. They hate the fact that they have to respect you, so they try to convert this respect and shame you. But you know what is gonna make them respect you even more? When they shame you and you do not stop. Can you imagine being your own hero, being your own idol, then whatever people say does not bother you? However, whatever situation you are in, you might make a mistake. You might take some steps that you don't like, but at the end of the day, you remain unbothered. You stay focused. You say, if I'm gonna be successful, I'm gonna do this, and I'm not gonna quit. All of these people, all these TikTok stars and YouTubers, they started from somewhere, and trust me, they have a whole bunch of haters who told them from where they started that they were wasting their time. Those people are not talking out of concern. They are talking because it hurts them that you are doing things that they cannot do. So if you are affected by what they say, you are buying their market and you're harming yourself. They're selling you poison and you're rushing to drink it. So if there's something you want to do and you're saying it's embarrassment, get up and do it right now. If nothing else motivates you, this mindset, stick it in the back of your mind. Write it down. And every time you open your camera or your blog or whatever it is you're doing, anytime you start, just remind yourself that embarrassment can be used to your advantage. Embarrassment is like a level. It's a level. If they put that level for you and they say you can't achieve it. So when you start a game and you get to a point where you're stuck, do you just delete the whole thing? Maybe you have like Candy Crush and you're playing the game and you get to that point where you're wasting so much time and it's not going and you're just gonna delete the game? No. So why do you do that to your life? Why is it that it's easy for you to stay committed to something that's unserious, but when it comes to you, you let strangers tell you how to feel on the inside? You let them tell you what is embarrassing and what's not. You're taking that validation so seriously when they don't even remember your name. Sometimes they don't even know who you are. When they drop that evil comment or that opinion, or they see you and they say something about you, they forget about you. You're the only one who remembers. When they drop those comments, they move on. They're looking for another person. They don't stick with you because they don't care. They're not here for your progress. That's not criticism. They're not giving you criticism. They are pulling you down. And when they pull you down and you refuse to be pulled, guess what happens? They respect you to the point that they even start to talk about how they like you. They start to talk about, oh, I like her, she's like that. Because whatever it is they did didn't work. So before you before you say this is embarrassing, you need to remind yourself, now that you've watched this video, if you are watching this video, keep it at the back of your mind that embarrassment can be used as a good thing. You should see it as a good thing. Doing something that other people are too ashamed to do, you're unafraid and unbothered. You should The most unbothered people and the most unafraid people are the ones who achieve the life of their dreams. They're not robots. You can't tell them what to do or what not to do. They stick with their passions and they have a fulfilling life. So unless you are one of those people who want to be controlled, want to be told, oh my gosh, you look silly, you need to sit down, the hair doesn't suit you, you need to let it go, let go, you're gonna live a very unhappy life if this how you take other people's opinions seriously. Okay, but it's not an overnight process. It's conditioning. You need to condition yourself to be unbothered. You need to remind yourself of this, that you doing something that other people are unafraid to do, is a good thing. You taking a step, especially when you don't know who's doing this or who's doing that, but you know this is what you want to do. This is what you love. This is your passion. You know, you might not have a good plan, but once you start, everything is gonna come together. The pieces are gonna pull up, and when you're making that progress, the universe will put you in the right position. But if you don't start, nothing is gonna happen. Nothing is gonna happen if you don't start. You have to start something. You have to leave every type of embarrassment and just do it. Just do what you say you're gonna do. People's validation does not get you anywhere. It pulls you down. Okay? And it can be used sometimes, but I'm telling you the truth. This is not a lie. If people see you doing things that they are afraid, I'm telling you the truth. If people see you doing things that they are afraid to do, they will respect you. That is the reaction. Humans like what they cannot afford. We like what we cannot afford. So we will look at you right after hating on you. I'm not saying I'm a hater, but I'm just saying that's how the brain works sometimes. We will look at you and we're gonna start with, oh my gosh, she looks like this, she looks like that, and then later on we're gonna be interested in the fact that you don't give up, and we're gonna want some of that energy from you. And that's how your fans are always your first haters. That's how it works. It's life for you. So don't be sticking on the ground looking for excuses. Oh, don't stay on the floor waiting for when it's gonna be less embarrassing. If you want to do something today and you don't do it, and you do it in 10 years, you're still gonna feel embarrassed in the beginning. You're not gonna escape that. So what's the point of the delay? What's the point of the delay? What do you gain? So I hope that you let this message sit in your head, in the back of your head, and remind yourself every single time you want to do something that you think is embarrassing, that embarrassment is a good thing and it can be used to your advantage. That will be all for today. I will be signing off now. See you guys later. Bye.